Assalamu alaikum everyone. In this video, I'll be covering Janazah, what Janazah is, defining what Kafan is, along with mentioning the order for both male and female Kafan, and the steps for shrouding for both genders. So, what is Janazah? Janazah is the Arabic word for funeral. It's also known as the Muslim funeral prayer, also known as Salaat-Al-Janaazah or Janazah prayer. This prayer is conducted for someone of the Islamic faith who passes away. Muslims within the community will offer this prayer for the deceased's forgiveness. So, what is Kafan? Kafan is shrouding the dead Muslim. Kafan are also known as the grave clothes of the dead. It's desirable that the kafan be of white material. The material of the sheet should not have any stitching, it should not be silk, nor should any gold be used. The kafan of a male should consist of 3 white wrapping sheets and 4 tie ropes. This includes qameez, izar, and lifafa. Qameez is the long sheet that has to be folded in half and an opening cut to allow it to be put on as a shirt. Izar is the sheet from the head to the feet. Lifafa is the sheet from above the head to below the feet. The kafan of a female should consist of 5 white garments and 4 ties. Khimar, which is also known as orni, qameez, izar, sinabant, and lifafa. Khimar is to cover the head and the hair. Qameez is the shirt, izar is the sheet from the head to the toe, sinabant is to cover from under the armpits to thighs, and lifafa is the sheet from above the head to below the feet. The steps of shrouding for a male kafan. The wrapping sheets should be open and spread out one on top of the other. If you're using one of the pre-packed kafans, then this would be already done for you. So you roll up the front half of the top sheet towards the head. This is referring to the qameez, so the shirt. The deceased, covered with a sheet, is lifted and laid on his back on this top sheet, which is the qameez. The qameez is then unrolled over the front of the body, and once the body is covered, then remove the covering sheet. Then add some scent or perfume or sandalwood paste may be put on those parts of the body upon which one rests during prostration, that is, the forehead, nose, hands, knees, and feet. If it's possible, the deceased's left hand should be placed on his chest, then put his right hand on the left hand like the way in the Salah. The edge of the next sheet, so the izar, is then folded over the deceased's right side, then the other edge over his left side. Then the last sheet, which is the lifafa, should be folded the same way. These sheets should be fastened with a piece of cloth, so the tie ropes, one above the head, another under the feet, and 2 around the body. This completes the shrouding for the male. Steps of shrouding for a female kafan. All the sheets should be spread out in layers. If you're using one of the pre-packed kafans, then this is already done as you open the kafan. So, you roll up the front half of the top sheet towards the head. This is referring to the qameez. The deceased, covered with a sheet, is lifted and laid on her back on this top sheet, which is the qameez. The qameez is then unrolled over the front of the body, and once the body is covered, then remove the covering sheet. Then you can apply some scent or perfume on those parts of the body upon which one rests during prostration. That is the forehead, nose, hands, knees, and feet. The sinabant is bound round Then you put the head veil. The deceased's left hand should be placed on her chest. Then put her right hand on the left hand like the way in the Salah. The edge of the izar sheet is folded over the deceased's right side, then the other edge over her left side. Then the last, which is the lifafa. The lifafa sheet should be folded the same way. These sheets should be fastened with a piece of cloth, so the tie ropes, one above the head, another under the feet, and two around the body.
سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهد يا صاحي